What's up, everybody? My name's Hector. Welcome to Torque Junkies. Can you believe how this sounds? Can you believe it? It's coming from a freaking Audi SQ5. It's a freaking SUV and it sounds like an F-Type. So cool. You hear that? It's so intoxicating. The popping, pop, 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 pop. I can't believe it's making this sound. It's amazing. From an SUV. I mean, this is an Audi Q5. I mean, this is the Audi SQ5, so it sounds a little different, but I just can't believe that it sounds like a Jaguar F-Type. It's insane. Listen to it. Look at that. I mean, don't listen here because this isn't actually a exhaust tips. These are actually fake. They're actually right. That's actually the exhaust right there. But who cares? Listen to that. Look at that. It's insane, crazy. I can't believe it sounds like that. I love you, I love you. Whatever Audi did, oh my God, this is awesome. I got more of this coming at you right now. All right, cue the intro. All right, guys, so I am now reviewing the Audi SQ5. Let me tell you, I was not that excited to drive this car more than I was excited about that it was a new car and there's not that many reviews out there of this car. That's what I was excited about. But actually, after just going around and driving it right now, I just took it around for a little spin on the way to getting to review the car and picking up from my buddy Adam, which, by the way, huge thank you to Adam Kirschenbaum. He works at Infinity of the Palm Beaches, located on Okeechobee in West Palm Beach, Florida. If you want to contact him, his information is right here. His number, if you want to go need any other questions, ask me in the comments below. Not only does he sell cars there, but he has amazing connections with brokers anywhere in Florida. So if you need a connection with a broker in Florida, contact Adam and he'll connect you with the best brokers for any cars, not just Infinities. That's actually how he got this car. Normally he only has Infinities, but he got this as his secondary vehicle because he really got such an amazing deal from his brokers. So if you need great connections with brokers or need a car, contact Adam Kirschenbaum down below. Okay, now continuing back to it. So this car is insane. I mean, after driving it, it's amazing. I can't say enough good things about this car. The handling, the way it drives, it's like if an Audi R8 was a small SUV, it would just create this right here. I mean, unbelievable. And you're about to see how amazing it is right now. So let's get started. So just so you know, this car has 354 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque at 1,300 RPMs. That's like almost an idle. That pretty much is idle. Is around 1,100, 1,200 RPMs. That's crazy. So you get that power instantly. It's a V6 engine with a turbocharger is how it gets that. Also has a 0 to 60 time of 5.1 seconds. And I know a lot of people now are throwing out all these numbers of how quick all these cars are now, of having 0 to 60 in the 3s and the 4s and in the 2s. You know, just because a car does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds or 2.5 seconds doesn't mean that everything else isn't quick. 5.1 seconds, especially for an SUV or a crossover, is terrific. Now, of course, since it does have all that torque early on, that means you're probably saying, oh yeah, well, Hector, let me go and tell you that in the high RPMs, it doesn't have any power. Well, let me ask you a question. Are you really gonna go and take this car to the track, or are you gonna be driving this to work? Most people who buy this car are gonna be driving it to work, and they're gonna be in that area of 1,300 RPMs to 4,500 RPMs, and that's where the sweet spot in this car is. It won't feel like it's a regular Audi, it's gonna feel like it's an Audi on steroids. Now let's talk about the looks for a second. I gotta say that the Q7, I'm not a huge fan of the way the new Q7 looks. It's a little too, you know, just too big and too in your face, and it just too clunky for me. I mean, I just not the biggest fan of the way it looks. However, for the Q5, or in this case, the Audi SQ5, I love the way it looks. The portions, the front, the back, the rear, the side, any angle you look at this car, I feel it looks amazing. Very clean lines, very typical Audi. The grille looks great like usual. The lights look great as usual. Pretty cool thing too is actually when you go and you open the trunk, the entire lights go up with the trunk. They're attached to the actual gate instead of having it on the actual vehicle. Kind of cool. I mean, you got to hand it to Audi with their LED lights. Whether you like Audi or not, they're the ones who started this trend. All the cars you see with LED lights now, Audi. That's why they're doing it, because Audi started this. Now this also has the Audi Quattro 4-wheel drive system, so it feels very planted when you're driving it as well. On top of that, you also have the 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission with the paddle shifters, which is also a ton of fun in this car. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I want this car. I want it to be my car. I'm gonna see if Adam can sell me one. Okay, anyway, sorry my biasm now. Now I can go and continue with my review of the car. But overall with the looks though, it's just gonna have more sharp lines, a little more flash on it. It's gonna just look a little sportier overall. Except for the exhaust. What the hell did they think of with the exhaust? I mean, like I said earlier, those aren't even real exhausts. Just don't even put it then if it's not real. Anyways, continuing on, let's go check the interior. As far as interior space goes, it's very spacious. We've got plenty of space in here, beautiful cockpit. I mean, really, that's where Audi shines, not just in the exterior, but the interior is beautiful. But I gotta say that I've got plenty of room here. I've got plenty of headroom, plenty of leg room. I mean, I should, right? It's a crossover, but anyways, but that's not always the case. And also, the seat goes way further back. So if I wanted to go back, I've still got plenty of room. So if you're somebody who's in the area in 6'5", 6'6", around there, I mean, there's plenty of space here. I mean, I've got tons of leg room. And also, the height goes down as well. So, I mean, really, it doesn't matter what height you are. This car is pretty good for mostly anybody. I mean, unless you're like if you're like 7 feet tall, it might be a little bit small. But for somebody who's, 6'5" and under, maybe 6'7", I mean, I'm sure you have plenty of space in here. There's a ton of space. Well, as far as rear legroom goes, it's a little bit different because, I mean, right now the seat is about where I sit in M5/6, and I have the seat adjusted. So if you're in the area of like, 6 foot or, or more, you're gonna have the seat, I mean, right about here, and that's gonna be a little bit tight. So if you're gonna sit in the back, anybody who's 5'10" and under will be just fine. If you're above 5'10", hopefully the guy driving in the front seat is, in the 5'6" to 5'10" area. If not, you might want to sit shotgun. As far as the rear trunk room goes, there's plenty of space back here. So really quick, I'm going to go and demonstrate how high up and how low down the car actually goes when it goes off-road. So here we go, and here it is up and here it is down. Isn't that wild? It's crazy. It's like 3 inches. So I'm going to show you how the air suspension works, how it goes up and it goes down. All right, let's check it out. Come on. Isn't that so cool? That's freaking awesome. All right, I'm ready to drive the Audi SQ5. We'll do a 0 to 60 here too once we get a chance. Ooh. Wow. I was having so much fun. I totally passed 60. Oh my God. Jesus, that was fast. And I wasn't really even going all the way. This thing is fast and it sounds so good. Steering is very precise. It's very great on handling. A little bit on the numb side and a little bit of body roll, but for an SUV, it's very, very little. Let's see, take this turn here. It takes it, well, I mean, it's got a little bit of body roll, like I said, but I mean, it's an SUV. It's gonna have body roll. This one though, I mean, it really, oh, and I wasn't even in dynamic mode, holy crap. So I can go in, there's different mode selections you can go in the car. There is comfort, dynamic, individual, off-road. I mean, there's a ton of different modes you have in here. So I'm gonna go right now in dynamic. Let's see how it does. Actually, I'm gonna go and turn here. Oh, it's even louder too now. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see, okay. Just do a roll from 10. Oh, Jesus. God, it sounds amazing. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh my God, this thing is amazing. And it sounds so good too. It just sounds so good. I mean, I know some of the sound must be unauthentic, but I mean, who cares? Who cares? It sounds so good. And you know what? That exhaust is not inauthentic. That is 100% mwah. And I mean, it's amazing when you go from individual to, or comfort mode to dynamic mode or dynamic sport, because I'm not even in dynamic sport. There we go. Now I'm in dynamic sport mode. But it's amazing the difference. It's like huge contrast. I got the green. I got the go. Holy crap. Oh, that's 60. God, I'm in love. As far as your tech goes, you've got a lot of great tech in this car. I mean, it's an Audi and it has a absolutely beautiful cockpit. I mean, you don't have to be a fan of Audi to say that Audi has beautiful interiors. This interior is gorgeous. But anyways, back to the tech. You have this beautiful, this great technology in the car. You have the tachometer mixed with your LCD screen that has all your navigation system. It's got pretty much anything you wanted to do on it, plus your LCD screen over here on the side that you can go and use it for, which has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's got a ton of other features you can use it for, your radio, Bluetooth, whatever you want to use it for. It has pretty much everything. You have a great backup camera. The only thing I gotta say though is about the car is, the owner pointed out to me that there's no front camera, and I just test drove the A5 Sportback, and you got a front camera in that one, and a lot of other models get a front camera, but in this car, it's a $65,000 premium, fully loaded, model, and you're not getting the, front camera. I think that, what gives? Give them a front camera. But besides that, there's really not many complaints. You've got blind spot monitoring, you have your autonomous braking in the car. I mean, the car is loaded. You have these leather seats with the diamond stitching in it. You have, and then also, he also got the carbon fiber package edition, which looks fantastic. Sunroof, I mean, what more could you ask for? I've never been that excited about SUVs. I mean, I think they look cool and stuff, and I like the practicality of an SUV, but I've never been that excited. And this SUV, I mean, oh my God, it is so exciting. The burbles this car makes is so satisfied. It's amazing. This car is so much fun. I mean, I just can't stop smiling while I drive this car. It really is a blast to drive. I mean, there's really not many SUVs that I would say that I would rather drive than this one, if any. I mean, this car is so much fun. But right now I'm gonna go in comfort and see how it drives there. There we go. Okay, now we're in comfort. Wow, it got a lot quieter. Steering wheel got a little looser. The cabin is a little bit noisy, but it is it is a sporty vehicle, so I mean, I expected a little bit of, the ride is not super smooth compared to, let's say, like for example, the car I drove, the Ridgeline I drove the other day, or like a Pilot. Those cars are very, very smooth. It's just doesn't have that smoothness like a Lexus would, or it just doesn't have that exact smoothness. But I mean, overall, still very fun. And I don't expect this to be extremely smooth. I mean, this does have a more firm suspension. It is a firmer ride. It is a sportier ride. So I mean, I don't expect for it to not, to have that, but it would be nice though. Oh, it also has engine start stop to go and save on fuel, which is nice, and also it's very subtle. You almost don't even hear it when it goes off and goes back on. It's really, really good. But I mean, overall, I'm super impressed. It drove very nice in the highway, aside from a little bit more road noise and a little bit more of a stiff ride. But you know what? I like that personally. For me, I like that. But I can see the everyday driver maybe not being a huge fan of that. But for me and somebody who wants a car like this, I think they'll be just fine with that. Overall, I'm extremely impressed with this car. I'm pleasantly surprised on how much I love this car. Not just love. I love this car. There's a couple things, that they can work on, but no car is perfect, so that's totally fine. And you can't have, everything. You can't have the performance fun car and, and the super luxury Bentley Bentayga car at the same time. But if you could get a car that was as close as possible, this, I believe, is as close as you can get in today's cars. And that is awesome and very impressive. I love this car. Once again, thank you so much for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button in the bottom, put a like, and comment if you have any questions. And once again, if you want to know who the person is who had let me use their car, it is Adam Kirschenbaum. He works at Infinity of Palm Beaches. He also does have an Infinity, and he has great connections with brokers all over Florida. So if you want to know his number or anything like that, click on the bottom below right here on the bottom of the screen. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day, everybody.